Hello everybody, welcome to my this is my first, my first, thingamajigger, that's not a good start, is it? My first kill team battle report, and this is going to be part traditional battle report. Oh, it's much too bright. Ugh, already running into issues. Okay, part battle report, part introduction to how kill team works and stuff. So the first thing you'll notice about kill team versus regular 40,000 is it's a very small scale. Each model is going to be acting independently, and that's all groovy. I've got to make apologies for my terrain here. There's no real excuses, it's just a bunch of stuff. I will need to start making some actual nice terrain at some point, but at the moment this is supposed to be some sort of radio tower. There are kind of industrially city gates, and then there's been some shacks thrown up and stuff. Just flipping the camera to leave my dominant hand free. So let's meet our kill teams. First kill team is the Necrons. Can we get some? Hi. Here, this angle is better. The Necrons. So the Necrons have a leader who is Mr. Gold here. Now, basically in kill team, you have a designated leader who has some stuff that makes him good at being a leader. I'm going to swap hands again because I think I'm going to... Oh no, I'm going to do it either way. So this is the leader. His stuff is kind of boring actually, but he is functionally the leader. So you've got a leader, and you get 3 specialists per warband. Now, because both my warbands are quite small, most of my people will be leaders and specialists. Basically, specialists get an extra rule, a special rule, if you will, and they can also use specialist-specific stratagems, or in this, they're called tactics instead of stratagems, but they're still called command points, so go figure. I'll be going through all these things as they come up, don't worry. So, first chap here. Now this is actually a follow-up to a mini thing I did just by myself a couple of nights ago. This is the specialist of comms. He is actually one of the strongest specialists in this game, because what he can do is he can buff a friendly shooting unit to give it +1 to hit. Now, regular 40k players would be like, that's broken! That means people can be hitting on 2-ups. Well, yes, but in kill team, you get lots of negatives to shooting. If it's even slightly behind cover, they get a -1. If your guy has a flesh wound, you get a -X number of flesh wounds. And if you are more than half range, you also get a -1. So there's lots of penalties. He's a bit less crazy than you would think. But the reason why he's got 2 little red tongues on the end of his gun there, he killed 2 Primaris Space Marines in Overwatch a couple of days ago. And this basically, the events of this are following on from that. Next, I've not forgotten to paint this guy. He is just super sleek and black. He is the only proxy in this game, and he is a proxy for Deathmark, the sniper unit that the Necrons get. The reason I am proxying him and don't have a Necron unit, proper unit, is 1, I broke, and 2, I don't think it's that important really for a kill team against myself. So, if it bothers anyone, feel free to turn off and fuck off. And lastly, this guy is actually just a regular scrub, a regular dude. So he's just a normal Necron warrior. So we've got... Oh no, he's not. I'm a lie. I'm a lie. I'm lying. He's actually a veteran. Veterans doesn't do very much. So yeah. Oh, I forgot to say what everyone can do. So, sorry. Comms man. Just on his turn, he can give up a +1 to someone within 6 inches of him for shooting. He also has a special stratagem, which I can't remember off the top of my head, but I have written down on that scrap of paper. marksman or sniper can reroll 1s for shooting. This guy can ignore leadership stuff, but he's a Necron, so who cares? He also has a stratagem where he can do a bonus move at the start. And this cheeky chappy is the... I painted him up last night. He is a Royal Warden. Now, the Royal Warden... he isn't actually outside the regular structure. He's a commander. Now, you might think a commander would be in command and would be the leader. You would be wrong. A kill team, for some reason, has elected to have commanders not being the leader. Rather head-scratchingly. Oh yes, now, I must say, I am not an expert at kill team. I've recently started playing it. If I get things wrong, please tell me. Be patient. Anyway, so the Royal Warden is an absolute beast. He costs about as much as those 4 guys combined, and that's largely because he has 4 wounds, he's strength and toughness 5, and this gun is rapid fire 2, which means, for those of you who are not as up on your 40k stuff, rapid fire means when you're within half range, you double the number of shots. So rapid fire 2, if it's at long range, he's going to shoot 2 shots. If it's at close range, he's going to shoot 4 shots. Huzzah. But wait, there's more. His gun is damage 2, AP 2. That means it reduces the enemy's armor save by 2 points. And if they have multiple wounds, it does 2 wounds instead of just 1. If they fail their armor save. And what's more, in Kill Team, I just looked this up this very day, if it's a multiple damage weapon, then you roll the number of damage die for injury rolls and take the highest. We'll come to those later. So, this guy is an absolute beast. Now, for the Necrons, I'm making them Mefrit Dynasty, which means that if they're within half range, then all their shooting is at -1, at +1 AP, which used to be -1 AP, but it's confusing. So normally these guys, their guns are strength 4, AP 1, damage 1. That means their AP goes up to 2, so they reduce armor saves by 2, which is quite nice. But it also means that if this guy's at half range, his AP 2 is increased to AP 3, which is terrifying against these guys who mostly rely on their armor save to stay alive. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Got a bit of a cough. Add that to Comms Chap, potentially giving him a +1 to hit, and the fact that he naturally rerolls 1s. He's gonna be terrifying. Anytime you see him in the shooting phase, just have the da-dum dum da-dum, da-dum dum da-dum. It's going to be like being chased by the Terminator or the T-1000 or whatever in one of those movies. Like, he's going to be absolutely killing it and killing them. I think his gun is too garish at the moment. I might change that later. Anyway, let's go to the Marines. Wobble, 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 bing. Here we are. That was a very long journey. So the Marines, there are 5 of them. They are led by this sergeant. The sergeant is the leader. I don't think I specified the leader's tactic stuff. They're really boring. Let's ignore them. He's got a plasma pistol, and I was gonna proxy him a power sword, but I figure let's go WYSIWYG as much as possible. So he will have a chainsword. That's an Astartes chainsword. For those of you who haven't been updated on recent changes to GW stuff, Astartes chainswords now have AP 1. So they reduce the opponent's armor save by 1 point due to their choppy blades. So that's good. So he's a bit boring for that. Next, this guy is a close combat specialist. That means he gets 1 extra attack. Done. He also gets a stratagem that means, a tactic, which means for 1 command point, his 6s can explode in close combat and cause extra wounds. Extra hits. Next, this chap who's aiming down his sights, we're going to call a veteran, because he knows to look down the sights of a gun Don't question my logic. The veteran, again, his stuff is actually really quite boring. Same as this veteran. Crap stuff. This guy is just a regular dude. Oh, sorry, these are all assault intercessors. If you aren't familiar with the new models, assault intercessors are what assault marines have become. They no longer have jumpy packs for reasons, because I think because Primaris marines are too fat. So yeah, now it totally makes sense that they just run around with pistols and chainswords. I mean, it makes sense if you were a Flesh Tearer or one of the Mad chapters, but for more regular Marines, it's a bit of a head scratcher to me, to be honest. But they're really beautiful models, and they came in the starter kit, so oh well. Last, this golden chappie is a zealot. He is a pious zeal man. Which means when he charges, he gets both +1 attack and +1 strength on the charging turn. And given all that stuff that he gets, I don't imagine much is going to live past one turn in close combat with him on the charge. So, yeah. So just reviewing our forces here. Because of the scenario, which I'm about to go to, the Necrons have 20 extra points, which basically rounds to about 2 extra dudes. I think they might have supposed to have an extra dude. Hang on, I will be back. Sorry, yes, that was correct. Anyway, so this fight is going to be a bit strange and very, very asymmetric, because the Necrons are extremely good at shooting. Their guns are quite good at it. They've got rapid fire, they've got a sniper, and they've also got this beast. Like, this is going to be a tale of men versus beast, beast like monster thing. And these guys are exclusively good at close combat. And close combat is quite good in Kill Team, because there aren't very many negative modifiers. If you look around here, there's a lot of cover, and you don't have to be behind cover in Kill Team. You just have to have stuff obscuring you to get the negative to hit. So, yeah, that's a thing. I'm going to very quickly use this visual aid to just run through what the turn structure is in this game. Excuse the poor photocopy quality. So first you check who has initiative. You kind of move together in this game, which is quite nice. Movement phase, you take it in turns to move your stuff. We'll get into the details of that later. Psychic, we don't need to worry about here. Shooting phase, again, you take it in turns to activate models. Do you? Tits, I need to remember myself on that, for fuck's sake. Fight phase, basically charging stuff goes first, and then I think you take it in turns again. I'm going to double check that. And morale, which we'll go to when we get to that again. So it's quite different from regular 40k. Also, the tactic I've been talking about, there's like generic tactics here, which are basically just rerolls. The ones that really make a difference is the decisive ones, which are go first in shooting or melee. Insane Bravery is just like in regular 40k. Gritted Teeth is a really interesting one, which I shouldn't have got into because I've not explained the basic knowledge for that. Anyway, so there's some generic tactics we're going to be using, and then we're also going to be using the unit-specific ones, the specialist-specific ones, which I've written down over there, which I've given a very brief overview of already. For command points, you don't start with any command points in this game, but at the start of every turn you get 1 command point. And the leader's special thing, where's the leader? Special thing is if he's alive and not cacking his pants, then he'll give you an extra command point too. Oh. Phone, what happened? Phone is still recording. Okay. Oh dear, it's decided to be all slow tonight. Cool. So I'm going to jump to deployment, which is an interesting process. Okay, so this is our battlefield for this fight. Should try using these weird archy things. Oh, hang on, this is supposed to be the other way around. supposed to go this way. Yay! So that they can be moved and seen through. Yeah, just find them in the kitchen, cut a bit off them. The girlfriend might be a bit annoyed with me, we'll see. Basically, the scenario here is an ambush. Now, I actually did this one a few days ago, as I say, but I had the Marines having been ambushed. And basically, the ambushing force sets up in this little corridor here. It's a 6-inch wide corridor up to the middle of the table. They have to leave through this table edge here. And the attackers set up over here. Anywhere they can go anywhere over here that's at least 8 inches from this deployment zone. Now the defender starts. This time the Necrons will be the defenders. Basically, the narrative of what's happened is the combat specialist is the only survivor from when his force were ambushed by some Necrons. He ran back to tell the lieutenant, and the lieutenant was like, right, well, tell you what, I'll go with the apothecary to get the gene seed of the fallen brothers and see if anyone's salvageable. Can we please focus on this guy? Jesus, there we are. Sergeant, take a 5-man squad and see if you can avenge our fallen brothers. And this specially equipped Necron sounds like a scary thing. Let's see if we can't take it out, or at least take out its bodyguard. So, victory conditions for Necrons are: more models have to have left by the end of the game than are dead or still on the table, or than have not left, essentially. And these guys just need to make sure not that many people leave. Simples. So, deployment starts with the defenders. As I say, they can defend in this set up in this little corridor. So, I'm just going to show the deployment because this is a kind of a vague, I wouldn't say teaching, but it's a vague explanation of how the game works. Now, I'm actually going to put this guy into reserve. I'm not 100% sure about the reserve rules, but there is a Necron-specific tactic that I will use with him, so I assume I can put him in reserve. Now I'm going to choose to put this scrub that nobody likes. I'm not too worried about being shot up by the bad guys, so I'm going to put him there. Then the Marines have to place a dude. So again, just has to be at least 8 inches away from the deployment zone. So I'm just going to put the Zealot just hiding in here, so he cannot be seen and he's ready to do things. Repeating the process. I'll do them all. I'm going to put him right at the front. I want him pushing up because we're going to need to make ground, and he is the danger. He's the one who knocks. But he's a little bit in danger. He can be charged on the first turn if he's there. No, I'm going to stick with him there. Okay, these guys, seeing that the Royal Warden is going that way, I think we will probably pop the Sergeant over here to contest. Then it's these guys. Let's just put, well, he's going to need to be near the leader. Sorry, the Royal Warden, so let's pop him here. Then it's these guys. I'm going to put the combat specialist. Oh, it's punishing. I'm just going to put him here. We can pass through there. So yeah, let's make sure he's with 8. So let's just pop him there. Sheet arm. They're going to put their leader. I think we really want to bunch up this way and just try and put shots into people. I think we're just going to... Oh dear, this is just going to become a huge scrum. These guys don't have anyone left to place, so I'm going to put him here. Oh dear, have I? Oh dear. Alright, well, there's deployment. So now we go to the initiative phase. The black and white dice are going to be Necrons, and the coloured dice will be Humies. So, we roll off to see who has initiative. Initiative haver is the Humans, so they get to go first. Huh. Do they want to go first? Sorry, the turns actually happen at the same time. Ish, sort of. The phases happen at the same time. The turns are determined. Basically, we're in the movement phase. This guy can potentially make that charge. Oh, that's not good. He doesn't want to make that charge. I think what he's going to do is he's going to move up behind this cover. On your movement phase, you can move, you can advance, or you can ready. If you ready, you are in the extra cool order for shooting. Okay, I accidentally forgot to. Well, I accidentally unfilmed there. So basically, the Marines on their turn just sort of shuffled up a bit and tried to keep in cover. This bloke here advanced. So if the Marines can see someone in the shooting phase, they can shoot. Okay, we've just changed phone because the other one ran out of storage space, and honestly, this just seems like a way better. This is my old phone. Anyway, so, Necrons. I'm going to do some measuring and come back to you. Well, I don't know who that Space Marine player was, but they're an absolute idiot. To the point where I've now got myself into a situation as the Marine player where there's an edge case that I didn't think I would ever see. But I have! So, this is really bad for the Marines. Oh, I should note, both sides have 2 CP just now. So, I'm just going to represent that with some dice over here. Again, black and white for Necrons, more colourful for the colourful humans. Okay, so, let's go into the shooting phase. Now, no one is readied because everybody moved. That means that the player with the initiative gets to select the first shooting model. And part of him wants to choose this guy to shoot this guy, but I think the wiser move would actually be to have combat guy here huck a crack grenade. That's right, the Marines get their regular loadout. That's the thing with Kill Team that's really interesting. They've actually tried to keep everything the same. Oh, they've not put the grenades on here. Well, I will do what I think a crack grenade does, and if it's wrong, then okay. So, well, he failed at the first hurdle. I might CP reroll this. Yeah, let's spend the first. Oh no, actually, I think I might save them because the Space Marines have one that can maybe save someone from dying. So, it's the Royal Warden's turn. Oh, hang on. No, I think actually I have to use this guy. Oops, sorry. I think I have to use the comms guy to give him the thing. Not sure if that happens on his turn. Let me just read it quickly. Sorry. Oh, it's beneath these pieces of paper. Too much stuff on top of each other, not enough space. Comms, routing transmission. Oh no, sorry, it's just, of course I wrote it in shorthand, so I'm just going to say that he has to go first. So, he's going to take his 2 shots. Well, he's going to give the +1 to the Royal Warden, and he's going to take his 2 shots at the Zealot. So, 1 hit. There's no exploding 6s in the, or no special 6s in this one, I don't think. So, it is just force to wound. Oh, he wounds. Now, because he is Mephrit, he is close enough, because his regular thing is AP -1. Yep, his flare is AP -1, so it's AP -2 because of the dynasty he is. So, is that 5 ups? Dear me. Nope. So, Zealot loses 1 of his 2 sexy Primaris wounds. Now it goes to the
to the Marines player. So I reckon he's gonna huck a desperation crack grenade over there. Hits. It'll be 3s to wound the Royal Warden. Nope. Okay. Now it's the Royal Warden's turn. So I'm gonna split the Royal Warden's shooting because he can shoot 4 shots, right? The edge rule is that if there are 2 enemy models within 2 inches of each other, you can split multiple shots between them. And I think because this is such a unique and interesting situation, I'm going to use both of the Necron's command points on a CP, on a Necron stratagem that ups his AP by 1. So he is now AP -3. So against the Zealot, he rerolls 1s because he's a shootist, whatever that is. So he rerolls this, and he hits on 2s. Okay. He wounds on 3s because his gun is strength 5. Okay. Zealot needs 2 6s. No. So he rolls 2 dice. Oh yes, this is where Kill Team really differs from regular 40k. So once you've had your wounds reduced, you take an injury roll. On a 4+, sorry, the opponent rolls the injury roll. On a 4+, your model's killed. Below that, you gain a flesh wound, and the flesh wound has further consequences. If you've got a damage 2 weapon, you roll 2 dice and pick the highest. So Zealot is almost certainly dead. Zealot is super duper dead. Goodbye, Zealot. Now his next 2 shots go into Combat Specialist. Both hit. 3s to wound. Both wound. Again, because of the stratagem, it's -3 AP. He needs 2 6s. He makes neither. So, again. Oh, you lucky, lucky bastard. Sorry, we're back. So that D4 is going to show the number of flesh wounds that he has. Okay? Cool. So, that is one of the... I was going to say one of the baddies. That's a bit harsh. That is one of the Necrons. So he's shot. The dead Zealot shot. These guys can't see anyone, I don't think. Let's double check. No, these guys can't see anyone. So it's just this guy that can shoot. Now, he has a flesh wound, which means he has -1 to shooting. But he also is a transhuman. And as a transhuman, with transhuman physiology, he ignores 1 point of injury. Oh, can he see that Necron? Let's see. No. Sake. And he can't see the last Necron who's not shot. So he's also going to throw a crack grenade at the Royal Warden. So he gets regular 3+ to hit. Hits. 3s to wound. Actually wounds this time. So crack grenades from memory are AP -1 in 9th edition. So he has a 4-up save to make, or he will suffer D3 wounds. He makes his save. Jammy git. Okay. He's not shot yet. He can't see anyone, so it's irrelevant. This guy's not shot yet, so he's going to take his 2 shots into close combat man. 1 hit. 4s to wound. Wounds. It's -2 because of the Mephrit thing. So 5s. No! Jeez, this is really not the Space Marines day. I'm going to put the wound marker over there. So he's got 1 wound left. This guy's got a flesh wound and also 1 wound left. I should probably put that in there. He's got 1 and 1. And he still is not flesh wounded. He's just lost the... You know what I mean. Okay. So now we need to go to fighting phase. No one's fighting. Morale phase. Let's double check morale stuff. 1 second. Back. Sorry, that was a very quick check. Yeah, I think anyone who's been flesh wounded has to take, yes, anyone with a flesh wound has to take a morale check. So he'll have to take a morale check. The morale of an intercessor is 7. I don't think he can fail actually, because there's not enough negatives. Oh, one other person died, so I think on a 6 he'll be in trouble. No. Also, they shall know no fear, so SPAC Mariners get an reroll on that. Okie doke! So, it's time to change to the next round. Again, we roll for initiative. Initiative changes at the start of each bit. Each bit, very well spoken there. Oh, I'm an arse! I'm an arse. Should I retroactively do that? No, I missed it. I forgot. Those 2 CP were sitting there to bring the Zealot back if he died. And I completely forgot to use it. Hang on, who else shot? Hang on, he did that. That guy had already shot. Actually, it doesn't make a difference if I do it now. I'm going to do it because... sue me. So, they're going to have spent their 2 CP as well, because I had left it there specifically for that reason. So, basically, the stratagem is the tactic. Sorry, is a Space Marine tactic. It's literally called. It's just a flesh wound, and instead of dying, you go down to 1 wound and you take an injury. Let's use this purple D6 for the injuries. So we've got 2 injured Primaris Assault Intercessors instead of 1 dead one. Hooray! Okay, now let's do the initiative phase. Sorry. The thing that reminded me is because at the start of the next round, both leaders are still alive, so they'll both get 2 CP back. So let's just bounce those straight back. Oh, and that's a once per game thing, by the way. It's not you can't just spend the entire game insisting that it's just a flesh wound. Eventually it catches up. Okay, and again, the Primaris have the initiative. So, let's see what we want to do with this. So, in this game, how it works is charges happen at the start or during the movement phase. I definitely want to charge this guy. I've got to charge him. I think I will declare a charge with the sergeant. This guy, then, when you get charged, you get 2 options. 1, you can fall back 3 inches, or you can shoot Overwatch. And the thing with Overwatch is you've got to be able to see the person you're shooting at. But for some reason, you don't need to be able to see the person you're charging at. So, gaming it. Okay, so he is going to scoot back 3 inches, which will take him to that churchy stuff. And Sarge will now roll to see how far he goes. Okay, so he goes only 6 inches, which would be, what, 1, 2, he would need 9 or 10 inches. Oh my. Tell you what, I think I'm going to command point reroll that. Because that's one of the things you can command point reroll. 9. Is that enough? Wonders I. So, 2 inches will take him to there. Oh, I'll do this off camera. Oh, mate, you're well in. Yeah, no, 7 was plenty. 2 to get round there, and then 7 over to there. Cool. Good command point reroll. Huzzah! Says I. I mean, this guy is also definitely going to charge here, even though there's Overwatch. He has to. So he's totally in. That guy, there's no, well, I should have declared scoot or shoot. Oh, I didn't even mean that when I started. I should have declared scoot or shoot already, but he's obviously going to shoot. No. Okay, so he's getting he's getting slammed into there. Oh, hang on. Oh, bugger. I'll need to check a rule on something. Oh, that's annoying. I think I'm going to try and charge him against him. So he would scoot. So I think he just gets to go as far back as he likes. In that case, I won't do that. He's going to move up to here. Be a bit more in a bit more of a reasonable position. So he's still covering the exits. Yeah, Zealot is absolutely going to charge here. So he charges 6. The other guy's going to Overwatch, which again I should have declared first. Oh no, the Overwatch is not good today. Regular dude. Yeah, I think regular dude is just going to try and charge this guy. So this guy can't see him, so he's going to scoot back 3 inches, which is about that far. So he's going to scoot back to about here. 8. Don't think 8's enough, is it? Oh, can he even get through that? Yeah, I'm going to say he can get through that. So 4 to there, 4 to there. I don't think that's enough. But he can run that far. So he will run to here. So I will explain that just now. So in Kill Team, if you charge someone and you don't get far enough, instead of it just fizzling, you can move up to that as long as you end as close as you can to the model that you were originally charging. Right, now I need to stop recording and check the rules to see if my guys can now fall back out of combat. 1 second. Okay, I've been a bad boy, Father. He can't move through there. So let's reset that. This guy was over here. These were here. Sorry, you were actually further back. Oh, sorry. What would you do? I think you just charge this guy. Zoop! Joop! Joop, joop. Now what I went to check there was I was like, hang on. These guys just got charged. Can they just now fall back? No. The things you can do in the movement phase are charge people, regularly move, advance, like you would normally advance. You roll a d6 and go that much extra on top of your movement. You can't do anything else unless you've got an assault weapon. Or if you started your movement phase within 1 inch of an enemy model, then you can scoot back 3 inches, or half your movement. I can't remember which. Which means that these guys wouldn't be able to fall back in this situation because they didn't start their turn. The thing I said. So now I'm going to use one of these command points to bring in our death mark, which I forgot to do last turn. So he can be placed anywhere in the battlefield, so long as he is more than 5 inches from an enemy model. So, for instance, if I wanted to put him right here, right next to the place he needs to go, and within easy shooting distance of him, I could do so. So I have. He can't do any other things on the movement phase, but he can shoot like normal. He just, because his thing's a heavy weapon, he will get a -1 penalty. But that's all right, because he already hits on a 2 up, because he's a beast. Okay, let's go to the psychic phase. Oh, nothing. Shooting phase. Well, that guy doesn't really have anyone to shoot at. So it's going to be a lonely phase for him. Only people with shooting are these two. So the initiative, neither of them have been readied. Did I mention you can also ready people in the movement phase? I don't think I did. Why am I so useless at this? Tell you what, next movement phase. We'll nail it next time. Okay, so this guy can shoot at this chap. He's gonna hack. You guessed it, a crack grenade. He doesn't hit. Okay. Only other person that can shoot is this guy, so he's going to hits. Oh, I think a 6 does something interesting for him. Maybe. I'll double check that. I think a 6 might do something interesting for him. Actually, tell you what, I can just check his stats on here just now. Intermission. Okay, so I was right. There is a thing that happens when you roll a 6 with this weapon. And that something is very cool for him. It does a mortal wound. So this guy goes immediately down to 1 wound left. Let's roll to hit, to wound, sorry. So it's 5s to wound. Which it totally does. And again, this is an AP -1 weapon. He's within half range, so it's an AP -2 weapon. So 5 up, or we've got someone else getting splattered across the wall. For goodness sake, should I just command point reroll that? Yes, because I don't want to lose another dude. So let's reroll that. Ah, yes! So his armor takes the blow and does not die horribly. Huzzah! Cool. Well, that was a long shooting phase. Let's go to the fighting phase. Ho ho ho. Okay, so in this one, charging units go first, and then players alternate, players alternate choosing models that haven't already fought, basically. So. Lots of people just charge. Let's do them. I'm going to start down here. So this chap gets 2 attacks for being Primaris, 1 attack for having a chainsword. I think he gets 1 attack for shock assault. 1 second. According to the rules I'm looking at here, they do not get shock assault actually. So he's only got 3 wounds, but as he's 3 attacks. But as he's the close combat expert. Why don't we just take this out of the way? Let's just take this out of the way. And look, everything got so much better. So basically he's getting 3 attacks this. 4 attacks this turn. And as they're blood angels, he'll get +1 to the wound roll. So 3s to hit, 2 hits, 3s to wound because of blood angel stuff, 2 wounds, and this is AP -1. Regular, these guys, Necron warriors, have 4 up armor, so this becomes 2 5-up saves, both of which he nails. Very good. Okay, he's fought. Let's do the Zealot next. The Zealot also gets 4 attacks, but he will also be +1 strength, so he's going to be wounding on 2s, which is kind of... Oh no, yes he is. So this might be overkill. Let's see. Okay, it's a few hits. Wounding on, yeah, it would be 3s because he's got +1 strength. Strength 5 versus toughness 4. Yeah. Well, he needed it, so that's 3 wounds. Okay, Necron. 3 5-ups. Nothing, no big deal. No. So he gets to make an injury roll against the Necron. How exciting. He gets a 5. That means the Necron's dead. Now, if he'd got a 6, which normally would kill it, Necron warriors reanimate on a 6, so he would have actually helped it. Instead, he has killed Overwatch Man. Which means this guy is kind of left holding himself, which leaves Sargy Wargy versus Captain Fantastic, I don't know, something clever. Okay, so Sargy Wargy gets 3 attacks for being Primaris and a sergeant, and he gets 1 for his chainsword. So he also gets 4 attacks. And he hits on 3 of them. He wounds on 3s because of the Blood Angel stuff. No, he wounds on 4s because that bad boy is toughness 5. So he only wounds once. This guy actually has 4 wounds. And at the start of his turn, he regenerates 1. He is seriously mean. That's all the Space Marine fighting. So let's start with this guy. He only gets 1 attack back, which hits, wounding on 4s, which wounds, and this time the Primaris does get his 3 up, which he passes. Okay, over here, I think he only gets 1 attack, or does he get 2 attacks? Oh, he gets 3 attacks actually. There go all my stuff. He gets 3 attacks. The lieutenant might actually be in a spot of bother here. Sorry, the sergeant. So, goodness gracious me. So, 2 hits, wounding on 3s because he's strength 5. No, nothing. Okay, fine then. So I think that ends the turn. Yes. So, top of the round. I think these guys had 1 command point left, so they go up to 3, because 1 just for always, and leader... Oh no! Is leader dead? No, leader's down here. Leader's still alive, so they get another 1. And silly people will go up to 2. Cool beans! Let's see who has initiative. Oh, sorry, and he heals that wound. Back up to 4. Very scary. 8 versus 11. Necrons take the initiative. So, So, honestly, the Necrons are in a spot of bother. No 2 ways about it. I think the Death Mark is clever and knows that he needs to get off the board. Oh, stratagems! They had a stratagem at the end of the last turn. 1 second. So yes, I totally forgot there are mission-specific stratagems. Slink away. This tactic at the start of the movement phase. Choose a model on your kill team. Roll a d6. On a 6, the model is removed from the battlefield and is treated as a game. I think... I think the leader would be best slinking off. So I'm going to spend 1 CP to see if he can just leave on a 6. He leaves! He leaves! So he is removed, and he has left. Well, hang on, was there any restrictions there? Yeah, no, there's no restriction on being in combat, so yeah, he just leaves. Which means all he has to do is somehow get through all these Primaris and leave. That's fine. So, this guy is going to charge. You might think, why is he doing that? Well, he's doing that so that he gets to fight first, and there's a small chance he might be able to bonk one of them down. Maybe. Primaris turn. I guess he'll try and charge that guy. Can he get far enough? 3, no, but he will go 3 this way. This guy will also try and charge that guy. Can he go far enough? He will go 11. I think he might actually be able to get in there. Yeah, he totally can. So, makes me think I should have charged the leader. So he zips round to there. But 'tis the Necrons with the initiative. Shooting. Oh! I was going to say no one can shoot. People can shoot. The people with pistols. So, shooting phase. These 2 blokes are going to use their pistols on the guy in front of them. Sorry, let me try and zoom a little bit there. Oh, I should have shown the rolls. They both hit! Do they wound? They both wound. Their guns are AP -1, so this guy has 2 5-ups to make. He fails one of them, which means an injury roll is taken against him. It's a 6! So, basically they put the muzzle of the gun into his face, pull the trigger, a gigantic explosion, metal rains everywhere, and then it starts to come back together, and the model is still okay. Reanimation protocols are a bitch. Okay, next, Primaris Lieutenant, I think he's just gonna overcharge that plasma pistol. Might as well. He's gonna have to CP reroll that. Yep, it is just removed from action, so somewhat ingloriously, the the sergeant's taken himself out of action. Fabby. What a turnout for the books, eh? If only that oh, hang on. He can leave. He can actually just leave next turn if he rolls really well for his advance. That's funny. Anyway, on to the fighting phase. Did he already shoot? No, he didn't already shoot. So, yeah, he can see him, so he's going to huck, oh, he's probably, no, he's too far, so he's going to shoot him with his bolt, plasma, heavy bolt pistol. Is he within 9 inches? He is, but, oops. Yeah, his view is a bit obscured, so 3 will not hit. Fighting phase. So, Necrons went first, which means that Necron gets to make his single attack. He shall make it on the, doesn't matter which one, the Zealot, I guess. Nope. Alright. In that case, charging guy from behind, who has 4 attacks, because he always has +1 attack. 3 hits. 3 wounds. No, 2 wounds. No, 3 wounds. Regardless, there's only 1. Oh no, it would be 3 5-ups. Nope. So he makes an injury roll. Doesn't matter how many times you get wounded, 1 injury roll. 3. So he gets an injury. Next would be the, well, now we go into regular order. So Zealot with his 3 attacks, his sad 3 attacks, hits thrice, wounds thrice, saves on 5-ups, fails thrice. Now this injury roll gets a +1. Okay, so 2 still doesn't kill him. He goes up to 2 wounds. So he's got 2 little wounds on him. Next, other guy has 3 attacks. 1 hits. Wounds. 5-up. Nope. So he makes another injury check. Okay, now he's killed. So it would be 4, which would kill him anyway, +2, but his reanimation protocols only kick in on an unmodified roll of a 6. So that guy is cut down. Get off. He's dead already. And that's the end of the turn. Now, here, he's going to need to take a morale check, because, let's get that dice out of the way, because all of a sudden he's all alone. I think that's enough for him. Okay, let's just check with the ruler. If he runs, can he make it out? He can just make it out, but he needs like an 11 or a 12. So, we're going to skip initiative. Oh no, we can't skip initiative, because he can be charged. Huh. Okay, initiative phase. Command points are regained, but we can skip that just now. Okay. He's got this with a reroll. If he can run 11 inches, he gets off the map and he's fine. If he can't roll 11 inches, he's about to get stomped. That's 10 inches. Let's double check. Will 10 inches do it? 10 inches is not sufficient. 10 inches will only get him to about there. Oh, hang on. Why is he rolling 2 dice? He gets 6 automatically. Second, let's start that again. So he automatically moves 6, which gets him to about there. I didn't set up the terrain very well. Is that actually 6, or did I just give him extra movement? I think I just gave him a little bit of extra movement. Oh, no, that's fine. So now he needs about 4 or a 5 on his advance roll. So 4 or 5. Oh, sorry. Hang on. Are they all these 3 here? I'm sure one of these guys is dead, isn't he? I think one of those should be dead. No, it shouldn't be you. No, he slunk off. He just left. This guy should be dead. Anyway, that was not important. So, advanced roll. Advance roll for the game. It's a 5. That's enough. Yup. Oh dear. 111 from this man here clinched it. A lucky 6 over here, and this guy's 111, and the Necrons take the game. Whew. Well, that was a bit of a clusterfuck. We've got a lot of very injured Marines. And again, in this one, the Necrons couldn't really bring their guns to bear as much. You saw how devastating this guy was when he was in rapid fire range of 2 dudes. He should have killed one of them. Only luck meant he didn't kill the other. But yeah, that was fun. I think I could have set up the terrain a bit better. I do think. So I hope that was vaguely helpful, informative-y, sort of. There's a really useful article that I will link to on 1D4chan that really helps to break down how the game differs from the regular one. Again, the victory conditions here, just to reiterate, was for more of these guys to get off the board than not. This guy got really lucky. Sorry, phone got tired and emotional. Yeah, this guy got really lucky with the stratagem. This guy, I used nonsense bullshit to get him very close to the edge, and then he just left when the going was bad. And this guy got lucky in that this interesting individual blew himself up with his own plasma pistol. But I think that goes to show that these guys can be really good when things are close quarters enough. In other fights, the issue has been that the enemy hasn't had to come to them, and they tend to get shot up a bit. But yeah, this was, as I say, this was very asymmetric. It was a bit weird. I should probably not have used the Royal Warden, really, but I wanted to because I just finished painting him, and it's fun. But, I mean, if... So, time for one of my famous next day epilogues, because apparently I completely ran out of space on my backup phone. Yeah, I hope that was vaguely helpful for understanding Kill Team. As I say, I'll put a link in the description to a really handy 1D4chan bitty bobber. So just to wrap that up, from the sergeant's perspective, he will have woken up his metal arm slag once again. Brother Carrion, as he sees, as he flicks on his Vox. Brother Carrion, what's the status of the Xenos threat? What's the larger one, the leader that I had engaged? Did you get it? No, sir. It escaped us after the
plasma incident. It disappeared into the shadows. From there, sorry, my voice has switched again. From there, we think it disappeared into the, either into the lower city, or perhaps it has phased out of existence. I was engaged with the gold-plated one, and it seemed to do something similar. Filthy Xenos. So we failed. So we failed then. Bugger, I've forgotten the voice. I had two voices. One was this one. One was this one. It was supposed to be a bit lighter, and then there was brother, and then there was the sergeant. Brother Carrion. We failed then. Former search party. We will attempt to hunt the Xenos through the tunnels and all this. We'll see all that kind of stuff. Anyway, I hope that was kind of useful. It was fun for me, at least, and at least we found one game mode where the Space Marines aren't completely dominant. In the future, things for future. I need better terrain. It would be nice to have a bit more variety to my SPAC Mariners, but we'll see. I'd really love to get some guard for it, because guard kill teams are a thing, and that sounds really exciting. Just a bunch of dudes with flamers is what I'm envisaging. I'd also love to get some Tau, because I think Tau are one of the more beautiful forces in the game. I really like the models. And like one box would be plenty of dudes, plus some drones, like a weapons thing. That could be fun. And they might actually be a match for the Necrons in shooting, which would be interesting as well. It's really interesting seeing the Royal Warden in the game. He just completely dominates, and having extra AP really helps the Necrons. Anyway, sorry, I need to be wrapping up faster. Thanks for watching. If you got to this point, you're a hero of the Imperium and all that, and see you next time.